I never expected to be treated like a thief in my own family. Especially not after everything I had done to hold us together. I was the one who handled Mom's affairs when she got sick. I was the one who cleaned out her hospital room when she passed. I was the one who coordinated her funeral. And yet, standing in Dad's living room on a rainy Sunday afternoon, I felt like an intruder, accused, cornered, betrayed. "Return the $50,000 or don't come back," Dad shouted at me, his face flushed with rage. He pointed at the door with shaking hands, as if I was some criminal invading his home. "You took Mom's money." "We all know it," my sister, Mallory, added. Her voice was sharp. Cold. Final. And then I did the only thing I could. I said nothing. I just reached into my bag, pulled out the folder I had brought, and slowly placed the teller slips on the counter, the original bank statements, my name printed beside Mom's, dates, times, everything. Their faces went pale. But before that moment, there were months of slow, painful unraveling. Mom had passed away 11 months earlier after a long, brutal battle with cancer. She was everything to me, the center of our world, even when we didn't realize it. Without her, everything just fractured. Dad wasn't really present during her illness. He went to work, came home, barely spoke. Maybe that was how he coped, but it left me and Mallory carrying everything. Except Mallory only helped when it looked good on her. Social media posts about bringing flowers, offering to drive Mom to an appointment but forgetting to show up, it was all performative. I didn't post anything. I didn't make speeches. I just handled things. I sat through every chemo session. I helped Mom to the bathroom when she couldn't walk. I kept a notebook of every medication schedule, every expense, every emergency contact. And when she passed, I was the one who found that same notebook, tucked into the back of her closet behind some old sweaters. It was full of everything. Not just financial records, but her thoughts. Notes. Goals. Things she wanted for us. One entry stood out: opened a new savings account today. Put in $10,000. We'll keep adding. This is for my name if something happens. Another said, added my name to the account today. She's the only one who'll do the right thing. At first, I was in shock. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even touch the money. I wasn't sure what to do. It felt sacred. Like something I wasn't supposed to use yet. I handled the funeral expenses out of my own pocket. Mallory posted a photo with Mom's urn and a long caption about grief. Dad cried during the service but left early, saying he had to be at the office the next day. Nobody helped me clean out her room. I stayed behind after everyone left and went through every drawer, every box. That's when I found more. Letters addressed to me. Envelopes labeled with future dates: open on your birthday, open when you feel alone. I couldn't even open them right away. It was too much. I stored them safely, along with the notebook and the bank folder. For months, I lived in quiet grief. I still visited Dad and Mallory occasionally, tried to keep the peace. But something shifted. The accusations started small. One day, Mallory asked me if Mom ever mentioned a second bank account. I lied and said I didn't know. Then Dad asked if I'd been in touch with her lawyer. I hadn't, because there wasn't one. Mom had always said she didn't need one, everything was in order. Then I got a text from a cousin: heard you came into some money. Lucky you. What? That's when I realized rumors were going around. Family gossip was trickling in, and it all pointed to one thing: they believed I had taken something. Something big. At first, I ignored it. Then I confronted Mallory. I know what you're doing, I said. You're making it look like I stole from Mom. If the shoe fits, she shrugged. You were the only one with access. You handled everything. Too convenient. I was stunned. hurt. But I still said nothing about the notebook or the account. Then came that Sunday. Dad called a family dinner. I thought maybe it was a peace offering. Maybe they were finally ready to stop treating me like I was the enemy. Instead, I walked into an ambush. Mallory was sitting on the couch with a folder in her lap. Dad stood with his arms crossed. Neither of them smiled. I didn't even get to sit down. Dad launched into a rant about family trust and doing the right thing. Mallory opened her folder and pulled out printed bank statements, not even the real ones, just copies she had pulled from some online source, half redacted. "This proves the account existed," she said, waving the paper like it was a court exhibit. "And it's empty now." I took a deep breath. "And you think I emptied it?" "You were on all her accounts," Mallory said. "You had access. You're the only one who could have." Dad slammed his hand on the counter. "Return the $50,000 or don't come back." That was it. The moment. The accusation in full. I said nothing. I just pulled out the real documents. The ones from the bank. The teller slips. The account summary. The original signature card showing me as a joint holder. I placed them on the counter without a word. Mallory picked one up and froze. Her eyes darted across the paper. This can't be right," she said, her voice suddenly shaky. Dad stepped forward, looked down, and went silent. That's when I pulled out Mom's notebook. The original, handwritten notes. I opened to the pages she wrote with our names. Her wishes. Her thoughts. Her plans. "This money wasn't stolen," I said. "It was given to me. By Mom. Because she trusted me." Mallory looked like she'd been slapped. Dad sat down without a word. And in that moment, I realized something I should have seen much earlier: they didn't care about the truth. They cared about control. About being right. I left without another word. The fallout wasn't instant. Mallory sent a cold apology days later. "Sorry. I didn't know. Wish you'd told us." I didn't respond. Dad hasn't reached out at all. But others did. My aunt called me crying, apologizing for thinking badly of me. My cousin, who had texted me about the money, messaged again, didn't know the full story. Sorry. I didn't reply to them either. I spent the next few weeks going through Mom's letters. The one she wrote for my birthday. The one for when I was feeling alone. In one of them, she wrote, "You will feel like the world is against you. But you're stronger than they think. Trust your heart." She knew. She always knew. In the end, I used the money for her. I donated $10,000 to the animal shelter where she volunteered every weekend for years. I paid for a custom headstone and had her favorite quote engraved on it: "Be kind. Even when no one is watching." Then I called the local high school and set up a $5,000 scholarship in her name, for girls pursuing science and math. Mom had always wanted more women to thrive in those fields. The rest I kept for emergencies. Not for me, for the people she loved. Quietly. Without fanfare. Because that's what she would have done. People think grief brings families together, but sometimes it just exposes the cracks that were already there. I was never the golden child. Never the favorite. Just the one who quietly held everything together while the others acted like the world revolved around them. I don't hate my family. But I don't need them either. And for the first time in my life, I feel free. Free from proving myself. Free from the expectations. Free to live in the light of the woman who raised me, honest, kind, and strong. She gave me the gift of trust. And I'll never let anyone take that from me again.